Okay, what we're doing today is we're getting the car ready to race. Actually, we're going away on Friday, so we've got 4 days to finish the car. I need to put my dipstick back on to the mount. Need to fill it with transmission oil. I'm going to take the rocker covers off. I'm going to put new gaskets on both rocker covers because there's a minor leak at the back of this one here. It's only very minor, but I'm going to change it anyway because we're going to race for 2 days at the Bathurst Auto Fest, and the last thing I want to do is have any oil leak onto the track for my own safety and everyone else's safety. So that's what we're going to do. We've got 4 days to get the car ready. There's not much to do. The gearbox is back in, everything's right there. We do need to set the fuel pressure, check the fluids, just go over the whole car, just make sure everything's right. We've got a new shift light installed, so I can change gear at the right RPM, which I didn't have last year. And also I've got a speedo mounted now. Well, not mounted, I've always had the speedo in there, but it was never wired up, so we're going to hopefully have that running, because in roll racing you have to hit the line at under 40 kilometers an hour, and then from there you do your run. I feel last year I was a little slow going through the start line, so we're going to remedy that problem, and hopefully it'll be a good weekend. My main goal for this weekend is to try and make it into the finals. The finals get raced on Saturday night. Last year I didn't make the finals. This engine's 514 cubic inches, naturally aspirated, which means carburetor for those who don't know. This bolt's in a bit of an awkward position to get on, but I finally got it on. So just tightening it up now. Okay, that's on. Okay, I've got the dipstick line in position. That's all tight. That's looking good. So now I'm going to fill it up with the transmission fluid. Got my funnel. I'm using Dex-free transmission fluid. That's what I've been told to use, so I'll put that in. I'll put about 4 litres in to start with. The converter's already got some fluid in it, so we'll check the level properly once we start the engine. Just let that slowly run into the gearbox. I do appreciate everyone that's been watching these videos I've been making. I've only been doing YouTube for, this is the 3rd video actually. I'm right at the beginning stages of what you're meant to do. I don't do much. I do edit it the best I can, but I try and do everything on one take. So I don't know if that's what I'm meant to be doing. I don't want to be like a movie star, cutting and whatnot. So I do a one-off thing. Hopefully it's okay. But I do really appreciate everyone that watches it, because I do enjoy it. Hopefully the videos get a little bit better as I gain experience. That's probably all I'll put 1 more litre in. Put a little bit more in. Hopefully it's not leaking onto the floor. It's the last thing I need. Okay, the dipstick's in. You'd be very surprised to know how many cable ties are actually holding this car together. It's quite a lot actually. There's cable ties everywhere. I used to race go-karts and everything on my go-kart was all cable ties, so I just feel, oh, I love them. I just love cable ties. Should be sponsored by them. The next thing I'll do is start getting these rocker covers off. I'll pull the spark plug leads off to make this job a bit easier. I wish I didn't have to, but it'll make it easier in the long run. Trouble with this big block engine, there's not much room between the spark plug and the shock tower. Oh, come on. There we go, that's off. They're all numbered so I can put them back on easy. Okay, so I've got my dash 12 spanner here, taking the breather off. Take that breather off. I'm probably going to have to take this strut tower brace off as well, which is a bit of a pain, but anyway. That's all good. You got to do what you got to do. That's it. Okay, that's out. Okay, now I'll undo the rocker cover bolts. I've been asked a few times, do I run good rockers and good internals on the engine? The answer to that is yes. As you'll see when I get this off, you'll see that we haven't skimped anywhere with parts. We use the best we can use. I'm replacing the cork gaskets. I'm going to use rubber ones this time. I think they might just be a little bit better. Okay, the rocker cover should just lift off now. Let's have a look. Yeah, I can see at the end of this rocker cover here, I can see traces of oil where it has been leaking. Give it a good wipe down so the new gasket can seal onto a clean surface. I'm going to put studs instead of bolts on these four bottom bolts, so I'll have a stud with just with a nut, and that way it'll help locate the gasket a little bit better when putting them on. I would like to put studs in these three holes as well, but the thing is, the thread in those three are very, very deep. So actually they go right in. So yeah, they need bolts because they're those holes go right through. Everything looks good in there. There's no signs of any debris or any, it's just clean oil everywhere. The rockers look good. Yeah, so we're heading off on Friday, and we've got a 4-hour drive to Bathurst, and we're scrutineering on Friday, and the racing starts Friday night. So I've got my new gasket here. It's a Felpro brand, which is a really good brand. Felpro's the brand I use most of the time for gaskets. Used them for a lot of years. That seems to fit nicely. My pet hate with cars is oil leaks. I think most people are in the same boat as that. No one likes an oil leak on their engine. Just nip that up for now. So we've got bolts along the top side here, because the threads are open threads. They go right through the head. If I was to put studs in there, they would just keep turning and not bottom out on anything. So I've got studs along the bottom side, which means the gasket can sit on nicely when I need to take it off and on. So I need to run nuts and washers on this side. These don't have to be super tight, they just need to seal. I tend to over tighten things. Okay, I'm going to call that side done. Put this back on. So I just need to put the plug leads back on this side, and we'll call this side done. I'll do the same to the other side over there. Look at this bad boy, APD carburetor. Can't get much better than that. Full billet. Love it. So what we're going to do now is set the fuel pressure. We need is it 7 pounds we're looking for?
Yeah, 7 pounds.
All right.
Yep, that's low.
Yeah, that's all right. That'll be all right.
Comes out along that. Oh,
I know.
Same thing.
Give it a quick 2 seconds, just see what it does. Do it again. Turn it off. Where's your other read? The old one. Show me it. Because if there's 30 pound coming out of that pump up to the front, you need to be able to restrict it with the regulator to bypass back what's going back. The way I had my BG on the Tirana was I had that return line hooked up, so I had 22 pound there, and then I could lower it at the front for a carby.
still got that return line.
Yeah.
We can hook that up. Then we can bypass a little bit of the fuel coming out of the pump.
That's what I reckon.
And then we can set this again.
Let's have a look.
There's 2 AM6s.
Yep.
One there.
Yep. And one on the other side.
And one on the other side. I said to Paul, this doesn't look right.
Yep.
He said, well, you've only got one AN10 That's the big one.
Yep. And that's the inlet. Yeah.
Fucking sick of this car.
It's alright.
Fucking sick of it.
It's all good. Work it out, and then I had to take it to James, and he couldn't work it out. Pulled the whole pump apart, pulled another whole pump apart, then pulled it and goes, "Fuck, bro, look, this is what it is." The fitting was jamming the reg open. So that little spring inside there, see it says a cut off AN10. So your fitting's going too far in, jamming the thing open. It's pumping the fuel out of it. Because it says cut off. If you haven't cut it off, mine's been cut off. So I had to pull. So what did I do? So I forget this one. So that there, I had to cut that fitting. We ground that down because when it was pushed all the way in, that was jammed. And it doesn't matter how much I turn that, it was just jammed open. The valve. So could that possibly be the problem?
Why didn't you check that before you put it on?
No, I never put it on. Dad did.
That
And it says in the instructions
the
it
thing
has.
is, you adjusted that and it made no difference, which shouldn't happen.
That's right. That's what I mean. But it was doing the same thing on mine. And on this paperwork it says cut off.
Well, someone
Cut off AN10. That's what it is it?
pull it apart.
Bingo.
Give me a look.
That's how we know, eh? Or we can
Well,
test
you
it.
don't know.
Check
Pull it off
No.
and have a look.
Yep.
But I didn't have those instructions. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Just get it off and let's have a look, because it shouldn't. It's not making any difference to the pressure. So
That's right.
I'll bet you it's stopping the bypass.
That's what I reckon. It's
That's
jammed
what-
on there.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
I'll get you fucking shit.
10 AM there.
Get some more rags. Well, you need to pull the whole reg off.
Well, it says
Need to
cut
have
off AN
That's right.
10 style thing.
and cut off A8
That's
style.
right. Cut
Yeah,
all of them
both
off.
of them. The top and the front and the bottom.
Yep.
See when you read instructions, Chris, alright?
Well, I don't know what a cut off fucking AN thing is. Never heard of it.
Alright.
Never heard of it.
Anyway, where's your dash 8 and your dash 10?
That's 8.
Anyway,
I do have a fitting here that looks like it possibly was cut off fitting.
possibly.
I don't have enough to do what we need, if that's the problem.
You don't need enough.
No. Oh.
See, look, BJ, that one there is shorter than that one.
Yeah, that's right. That's a cut off.
So that could be a cut off
That's a cut off
fitting.
one. Yep, it is.
Nah, stop speculating till we see.
Well, I'm not speculating.
I'm just saying, let's have a look. Alright?
To get that regulator off is a fucking hassle.
What?
Because I put it on it.
Why didn't you use fucking nutserts? fucking. Jesus, why you make life hard?
Yep.
It might be
Yeah, but
easier.
that's why you should put nutserts
Have you
in
got
the
a
fucking
spanner?
bracket. You're gonna need
Pass
it.
a 10mm spanner.
Let's put a nutsert on it, eh?
Yeah, fuck yes.
It ain't going back on without one, I can tell you now.
Yep.
How tight you do that?
BJ did them up, I think. Or did I do them up?
Someone did them up far and tight. Yeah?
I did them up. But I didn't put any glue gum on it.
You shouldn't have, because it's got no ring.
Yeah, I
Told you
know.
that before.
Yeah,
Go on.
I'll put it in the vice somehow. Looks like there could
That
be
doesn't
a
even-
mark on it.
It doesn't even feel that
If you
good.
look
on the 10 fitting.
I think trim it back.
See, there's a mark right there.
Yeah, I think trim it back.
I think it's been hitting.
New line oil and Wix filters. Well, I think we've got everything finished on the car, ready to go. We'll try starting it for the first time. Let's see what happens.